What's going on, everybody? Critical Ray back here again, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review of Pacific Rim Uprising. Now, this movie has a runtime of an hour and 51 minutes. It stars John Boyega, Scott Eastwood, Kaylee Spaney, Bern Gorman, he was a returning. The next three are returning characters from the first one. Bern Gorman, Charlie Day, Rinko Kikuchi. This was directed by Stephen S. DeKnight, and it was written by four different people: Stephen S. DeKnight, Emily Carmichael, Kira Snyder, and T.S. Nolan. And at scenes, you can really tell that there's like different people in the writing room, just a little bit, you know. So the basic synopsis is: 10 years after the war, Jake Pentecost, played by John Boyega, son of Stacker Pentecost, which is Idris Elba's character from the first one, reunites with his sister Maka Moore, which is Rinko Kikuchi, which was also, she returns from the first one, to lead a new generation of Jaeger pilots, including rival Lambert and 15-year-old badass Amara, to fight a new kaiju threat. Now, this movie, if you've seen the first one, you'll probably like the second one. So, in this movie, the acting was actually pretty good. I didn't see really anyone's performance that I would notably say as horrible or bad. It was either decent for like some of the younger cadets, or really good like John Boyega and Kaylee Spaney. They both stand out. They're both the two main leads, and they both can carry this. John Boyega can easily carry this film. I love him in Star Wars as Finn, and he shines in this one again. Kaylee Spaney is a standout actress who, you know, she's new. I'm sure she was kind of, kind of nervous on being on set with a bunch of big-named actors for one of her first films, but she did great, and she really is a standout, and I can't wait to see where her career takes her next. Charlie Day's character is once again funny, the comic relief, which isn't a bad thing in this movie. Well, I wouldn't really say comic relief, but he's funny regardless in this movie and the first one, and I love the way that they took his character. I'm not going to say how they took his character and where they took him, but I love it. I thought it was unique and just a really good choice to do that to that character. Some people might not agree with that, but I think and like that they did that. The action sequences, of course, you got to talk about the action sequences because it's, an action movie. They were shot really well and entertaining. They were very entertaining. Really well paced and edited, and they never, went too long or had too many fight scenes. There was just the right amount of action. It continued the story, or the myth, and like the Jaegers and the kaiju, backstory, and they expanded on that and made it bigger for the sequel. But they did that very nicely, and you can tell that they are wanting to kind of like franchise this and make it a third one and maybe a fourth one. So, they had to kind of expand it, and they did it. I can say one movie that didn't do it that well was Independence Day, the second one. So, this one they actually did pretty well. Just for some comparison. It is a pretty funny movie, actually. It has like these little dialogues just between the characters that makes it pretty funny, and like comments during the fight scenes, just hilarious, little laugh out louds and stuff like that. So I enjoyed that. I like action comedies, and that's what this one did. First one did a little bit, but it was kind of darker and whatnot, but this one is more like uplift, lighter, and, more, it's supposed to be more fun. And some of it is cheesiness that, just doesn't play, but and then some of it is like the 80s cheese action that's just, it's cheesy, so it's funny. So, yeah, I like the new introductions and features that they did to the Jaegers and the kaiju. I thought that was, very interesting, and like how 10 years later the technology for them has even gotten even better, and the new abilities that the Jaegers can have and what's coming with them, and then the kaiju, kind of also, evolving. So that was nice to see. Now, I do have some cons and whatnot. So it has some scenes that are shot and edited weirdly, like some like little uh, um, shoot, like they have a scene where it's three people right next to each other, and it's like close up face shots edited like back to back to back, but not like spinning. It's just like Scott Eastwood, John Boyega, the girl, and then cut, cut, cut as they're talking. And I personally didn't like that. I thought it was unnecessary. And then it has like this, kind of like montage type deal that I thought was kind of pointless also. So I felt like some of the scenes could have been left out, that I just didn't agree with how they were shot or edited together. And you can tell that Guillermo del Toro did not shoot this one. It's different atmosphere, different style of directing and whatnot. And I wish you couldn't really tell a difference, but you can really tell that. And to me, I would have preferred Guillermo coming back and doing it, or him trying to, kind of keep it in the same atmosphere. Like Guillermo's was dark and rainy and whatnot, and then this one is like daytime, light and whatnot. So two different, themes and atmosphere on the directors, but that's kind of me just nitpicking. They don't mention Charlie Hunnam's character, like where he is 10 years later, and I would have liked them to have said something about him or even mention him, but they didn't. And that's just me. And another thing that's probably just me, but you don't have to watch the first one to go see this one at all. They do a little, John Boyega does like a monologue at the beginning of explaining basically what happened in the first one and a little recap, so you don't have to watch it. You might not understand some of the chemistry between some of the characters that return, but you don't have to watch it at all, which I think that they should have made it to where you could kind of understand this one, but also not just recap the whole first one in like 5 minutes of the beginning of the movie. So just me. But overall, even though I have some issues with this, I really did enjoy this movie. It is entertaining. It is fun. It's a good sequel to the first one, which I enjoyed. And I think if you saw the first one and liked it, then you will probably like this one and like how they've expanded it and whatnot. So I'm going to give Pacific Rim Uprising a B-. Now comment down below and let me know if you saw this, if you're going to see this, if you like the first one. And also tell me if you like my movie reviews and how I talk about them and everything. And yeah, like the video, share the video with all your friends, family, everyone that you know, or even people you don't know. Just share it to everyone, tell everyone about me, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Goodbye.